There was a time I dreaded mornings. Not because I was tired, because I was empty. Every single morning felt like Groundhog Day wrapped in anxiety. Hit snooze, scroll through nonsense, rush through the morning, feel instant regret. I'd stumble out of bed already behind, already defeated, already drowning in other people's priorities before I even brushed my teeth. My mornings weren't mine. They belonged to emails, notifications, and that voice in my head saying, "You're already failing." Then one day, something shifted. I didn't try to overhaul my entire existence. I didn't buy a $3,000 course or move to Bali. I just did one thing differently, then another, then another. This is the exact 9-step routine that helped me go from a drained zombie scrolling through life to a calm, focused human being who actually wants to wake up. No miracle hacks, no toxic positivity, just small, strategic wins that compound. And here's what nobody tells you. Your morning routine isn't just about productivity. It's about identity. It's about proving to yourself every single day that you're someone who shows up for themselves before the world demands it. So let me walk you through it. You can steal it, tweak it, customize it, but most importantly, you can use it to reclaim your mornings and honestly, your entire life. Let's get into it. You don't need a 4 a.m. badge of honor. You don't need to join the 5 a.m. club to flex on Instagram. You need time that belongs to you. That's why I wake up at 5:45. Not because it's trendy, but because it's quiet. The world isn't tugging at me yet. There are no emails, no deadlines, no drama, no fires to put out. Just stillness. And that stillness, that's where you build your inner fortress. Here's what I do the moment my eyes open. I don't check my phone. I don't negotiate with my blanket for just 5 more minutes. I sit up, plant my feet on the ground, and I whisper to myself, "Thank you. I get another shot today." That tiny moment, that one sentence rewires your entire mood. You're no longer starting your day as a victim reacting to whatever life throws at you. You're starting as a creator, setting intention. And if you're struggling to actually get out of bed, here's my pro tip that changed everything. Put your phone in another room. Get a $10 alarm clock from Target. Yes, it sounds old school. Yes, your phone does more. But that phone will open Instagram, Twitter, your ex's profile. The alarm clock, it just wakes you up. And sometimes limitations create freedom. I know what you're thinking. But I need my phone for work emergencies. Let me ask you this. How many actual emergencies happened between midnight and 6 a.m. in the last year? Be honest. Your morning deserves protection. The goal here isn't some arbitrary wake-up time. It's creating sacred space before the chaos begins. Whether that's 5:45 or 6:30, claim it, own it. Protect it like your mental health depends on it, because it does. Let me be real with you. I used to think cold showers were just masochism disguised as wellness. Then I tried it, and I absolutely hated it, which is exactly why it worked. See, comfort is clever. Comfort whispers, 5 more minutes won't hurt. Comfort convinces you that softness equals self-care, that you deserve to ease into the day. But here's the truth. Nobody wants to hear. Discipline, real discipline, is what builds the life you actually want. Cold water shocks your nervous system like hitting a reset button. It screams, "Wake up! There's work to do. There's a life to build." But it's not really about the cold. It's about what the cold teaches you. Resilience, grit, presence. It's about learning that discomfort isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. Studies show that cold exposure triggers a massive dopamine surge, like nature's version of a mental upgrade. We're talking 250% increase in dopamine levels that can last for hours. You won't need 3 cups of coffee. You'll be buzzing with clarity from the inside out. Here's how I do it. I start my shower warm, normal. Then for the last 30 seconds later, I built up to 2 minutes. I turn it to cold, not lukewarm, cold, and I breathe through it. I don't tense up. I don't fight it. I surrender to it and breathe. Those 30 seconds, they're a microcosm of life. Something uncomfortable happens. You have a choice: resist and suffer more, or breathe and adapt. Every single morning, you're training your nervous system to handle stress better. Do it. hate it, then thank yourself all day long. Because every time something hard comes up, a difficult conversation, a challenging project, anxiety creeping in, you'll remember, I already did the hard thing today. I can handle this. After the cold shower, I sit for 10 minutes. No Wi-Fi, no music, no podcast, just me and my thoughts. Sound boring? That's because we've completely forgotten how to be still. We crave distraction like it's oxygen. We'll do anything to avoid being alone with our own minds. But here's what I learned. Clarity only shows up when the noise dies down. I sit on my couch or on a cushion on the floor. I breathe. Sometimes I meditate using box breathing, 4 counts in, hold 4, 4 counts out, hold 4. Sometimes I pray. Sometimes I just ask myself one question. Who am I showing up as today? This isn't about religion. This isn't about achieving some enlightened state. It's about reconnecting with your values, your purpose, your why. Because if you don't direct your day with intention, the internet will direct it for you. Instagram will decide your mood. Email will decide your priorities. Twitter will decide what you're angry about. The stillness helps you zoom out. You stop sweating that passive-aggressive Slack message. You stop obsessing over that awkward Zoom call. You see the bigger picture. You remember what actually matters. And that's how you start moving through your day like a pilot instead of a passenger. You're navigating instead of being tossed around by turbulence. Some days my mind races. Some days I feel nothing. Some days I have profound insights. It doesn't matter. The point is showing up for those 10 minutes. That consistency builds trust with yourself. You know what's wild? People will scroll TikTok for 45 minutes but claim they don't have 10 minutes for stillness. We have time. We just spend it poorly. This is about spending it on your own clarity instead of someone else's content. Forget the Dear Diary stuff. This isn't teenage heartbreak journaling. This is a strategy session with your own brain. This is you becoming the CEO of your own life. Every morning I write 3 bullets. Just 3. What am I grateful for? This rewires your brain away from scarcity. What would make today a win? This gives you a target. What's one thing I must avoid to not ruin it? This protects your energy. That's it. It's a compass. Without it, I drift through the day reacting to everything. With it, I lead. Let me give you a real example. One Monday morning, my 3 bullets were grateful for my health, my family, the fact that I woke up without an alarm. Today's win. Finish the first draft of my script. Have a real conversation with my partner, not just logistics. Must avoid checking email before 10 a.m. Hat 1. Must avoid. Just that one boundary saved me from spiraling into 3 hours of email anxiety. I protected my creative energy for what mattered, and I finished that script by noon. You don't need a fancy leather-bound journal. You can use the Notes app on your phone, a $2 notebook, whatever. You just need to be honest. The magic isn't in the tool, it's in the self-awareness. And if you're thinking, I don't have time for journaling, I want you to check your screen time right now. I bet you gave TikTok or Instagram or YouTube 90 to 120 minutes yesterday. You can give yourself 10. This practice has saved me from so much unnecessary suffering. It's like having a daily board meeting with myself. And the ROI? Absolutely priceless. I used to skip workouts in the morning. I'll do it later, I tell myself. I'll go to the gym after work. Spoiler alert, I never did. Because by 6 p.m., I was exhausted, defeated, and covered in excuses. Now I move before the sun's even fully up. Why? Because motion creates emotion. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's neuroscience. You want clarity? Move your body. You want confidence? Move your body. You want to stop feeling like a blob of stress and snacks? Move your body. It doesn't need to be extreme. You don't need to run a marathon or deadlift 300 pounds. You can stretch, walk, dance in your living room, do yoga, hit a quick dumbbell set. Just tell your body, we're in charge today. Not anxiety, not lethargy, us. My routine, 25 minutes of weights plus incline walking. Some days it's just body weight exercises, push-ups, squats, planks. Some days it's a walk around the block while listening to nothing, just hearing my own thoughts. That sweat, it's not just physical, it's spiritual. It says, I showed up for me before the world asked me for anything. That kind of momentum doesn't just shift your body, it shifts your identity. You stop asking, can I handle this? You start saying, try me. Here's what nobody tells you. The hardest part isn't the workout, it's the decision. Once you decide and start moving, your body takes over. Endorphins kick in. You feel accomplished, and that feeling carries you through the entire day. I've had mornings where I didn't want to move at all, where my mind gave me 47 reasons to skip it, and every single time I moved anyway, I never regretted it, not once. But the times I skipped, I felt that regret all day. Your body is not your enemy, it's your vehicle. Treat it like it matters. Here's something most productivity gurus won't tell you. Energy isn't about caffeine, it's about alignment. After movement, I pause and check in with myself. I ask, am I calm or anxious? Am I focused or scattered? Am I tense or relaxed? Because how you feel becomes how you behave, and how you behave creates your outcomes. If my mind feels foggy, I do box breathing for 2 minutes. If I'm spiraling over my to-do list, I brain dump everything onto paper, every task, worry, and thought just to get it out of my head and onto something I can organize. If I'm feeling anxious, I pause and say out loud, this moment doesn't define me. My response does. That one sentence has saved me countless times. It reminds me that I have agency. I'm not a victim of my circumstances or my emotions. I'm the person who decides how to respond. Energy leaks kill progress. One snarky text from a colleague, one rude comment on social media. Boom! Your entire day is derailed. You're thinking about it during meetings. You're crafting responses in your head instead of being present. This check-in is like armor. It protects your focus. It helps you notice. Oh, I'm tense. Let me release that before it becomes a pattern for the whole day. Sometimes I'll do a body scan, mentally checking in from my head to my toes, noticing where I'm holding tension. Jaw clenched, shoulders up by my ears. Breathe into it. Release it. This isn't woo-woo. This is practical, emotional intelligence. This is you becoming aware of your internal state, so you can manage it instead of being controlled by it. This isn't a diet sermon. I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't eat, but here's a simple truth. Junk in equals junk out. I used to eat whatever was quick. Cereal, toast, pastries, sugar bombs disguised as breakfast. And by 10 a.m., I was crashing harder than my Wi-Fi during a storm. Now, high protein, slow carbs, hydration, nothing crazy, just intentional. My go-to: eggs, oats with chia seeds, water with lemon, sometimes just a smoothie packed with spinach, protein powder, berries, and almond butter. When you fuel your body like it matters, your brain gets the message. We're doing important stuff today. Let's bring our A game. Food is programming. Every bite is code. You're either coding for energy and focus, or you're coding for fatigue and brain fog. I'm not saying never enjoy pancakes or donuts. I'm saying be intentional. Know what you're choosing and why. If you want the pancakes, enjoy them. But if you're eating them because you're rushed and they're there, that's not a choice, that's a default. And hydration? Underrated. I drink 16 ounces of water first thing. Your body just went 7 to 8 hours without water. It's dehydrated. That brain fog you feel? Often it's just thirst. One simple shift. Eat breakfast like you're preparing for something important. Because you are. You're preparing for your life. This might sound silly, but hear me out. Washing your face with intention is powerful. It's not just hygiene. It's symbolism. You're wiping off yesterday. You're starting fresh. My routine: ice water splash wakes up the skin, tightens pores. Then a natural moisturizer, aloe, or even green tea toner. Sometimes I'll rub raw honey on my face and rinse it off after 5 minutes. It's soothing, healing, and it feels like self-respect.
You don't need a 10-step Korean skincare routine. You don't need $200 serums. Just treat your face like it's not disposable. Because here's the thing. When you look in the mirror and see effort, you act like someone who puts in effort. When you see neglect, you carry that energy into your day. This is about the ritual. It's about saying, I care about how I show up in the world, starting with how I show up for myself. It takes 3 minutes, maybe 5, but those few minutes set a tone. I'm worth taking care of. The old me started every day scrolling. News, memes, people arguing on Twitter. I was consuming everyone else's thoughts, opinions, and chaos before I even had my own. Now, I create first. I write ideas, plans, maybe a script like this one, maybe just a voice note capturing a thought. I make something before I let the world make me react. Even 10 minutes of creation changes your frequency. You shift from input mode to output mode. You're a producer, not a puppet. Maybe for you, creation looks like drawing, brainstorming business ideas, playing an instrument, working on your side hustle. Doesn't matter what it is, just build before you scroll. This one shift will rewire your entire identity. You stop being someone who waits for the world to entertain you. You become someone who contributes, who creates, who adds value. Trust me on this. The world has enough consumers. It needs more creators. And that starts with how you spend your first waking hour.
This routine didn't happen overnight. I didn't wake up one day and nail all 9 steps perfectly. I stacked it layer by layer, like building with bricks. Not magic, just consistency. Start with one thing. Maybe it's waking up 15 minutes earlier. Maybe it's skipping the scroll. Maybe it's just sitting in stillness for 5 minutes. Pick your first step, because the goal isn't to have a perfect morning. The goal is to own your morning. And when you do that, something incredible happens. You stop chasing your life. You start building it. Your mornings are yours. Take them back. If this script resonated with you, if it made you pause and think about your own routine, I'd love to hear which step you're going to try first. Comment below. Let's build a community of people who show up for themselves. And if you want more content like this, simple, practical tools for a stronger mind, body, and life, make sure you're subscribed. This is your time. Don't waste it. Let's go build something worth waking up for.